Hi everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today I'm finishing up the index card challenge. This is the sixth one. There was only 6 in the series. And it was put on by Amanda on her Facebook page, Scrimpingmommy. So this one is prompt doodles. This is the doodle prompt. So I pondered a lot about this. I've seen a lot of the gals making their index cards. Some of them are using stamps. Some of them are actually hand doodling. I guess there's no right or wrong way to do it. But when I think of, I'm just cleaning my mat up here a little bit. I don't want to get this yellow on my shirt. But when I think of doodling, I think of, when I was back in school and I was bored with whatever the teacher was saying, or, I would just doodle on my paper. So I can't wrap my head around using stamps, but I'm going to try to do a little bit of both. I thought I would try to do an abstract index card. I've never really done that. And I found this stamp, A Walk in the Woods, and it's by Red Lead Paper Works. And I thought I would use this stamp because in my previous video, I used this Tim Holtz. All I can think of is template. It's not a template. You know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm going. And I saw these here. First, I had a lot of different ideas. But I saw these and I tried to, see the tree through the forest, so to speak. And I thought these would make really cool abstract trees. And then I had this, this is by Stampin' Up. This one here, it's Timeless Textures. And it's almost like a fleur-de-lis, but to me it looks like ferns. And it's just, I just think it's really cool looking. So I thought I would try to create a forest floor with a nice sky above. And then I thought I would doodle using my watercolors and my ink pen, and make some funky trees, doodle some trees. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I'm going to try it. And I really would like to just use my browns and my greens. I have a couple of the the Dewdrop Memento greens here. I have an Olive Grove and I have a Pistachio. So I thought I would try to incorporate those. And I have my watercolors. And I am going to need I think I'm going to be using my watercolors for the trees. So, and somewhere along here, I will stamp and use this Walk in the Woods. So, I don't know. I'll give it a shot and see where this is going to take me. So this is from this is very interesting. On my previous video, I used this piece of vellum as a kind of like a template. A piece of, gosh, my mind is just blank, tracing paper. And I cleaned it off with my, must be the alcohol did this little alcohol wipe, and immediately curled and rolled it up. But my intention with this, and please excuse the noise, let me get this unrolled. I was going to use this. I want to do a upper, like have some little bit of blue sky up in here. So I'm going to set my giraffe paperweight right here. And I might be able to hold that, tape that down a little bit. And I'm just bear with me. I wanted to get some of my blue. I have a weathered wood. I have my tumbled glass, which is a blue. That might be kind of pretty. I think chipped sapphire will be too dark. Stormy sky. I have stormy sky. Maybe I could do a tumbled glass and a stormy sky. I'd like to kind of create a little blue sky up at the top here. And I think I'll use this smaller one. I'm going to do the lighter color. The lighter color first. Let's see what we can. So you can't really see that, but that's okay. Because I don't really want it to be so if I can portray a few little clouds or the sky up here. I didn't want to cover the entire backdrop because I want to have those trees kind of be pronounced. And this one here is, I hope it's darker. This is the stormy sky. And I just want to make sure, I think that's dry. I'm going to put the darker up just towards the top there. So that's good. Just to give it a little bit of color. All right, so now I can take this wonderful template, this little blocker, what do they call these, masks? When you mask your paper. All right, so this is going to be my top. I just have another idea too that I think will be really cool because I really just kind of want this to be abstract and fun. So I could always, I want to have, now you have to think of your layers and your depth. So I think I'm going to put, I will put some of my trees on here first. And I'm going to use the brown here. And I want to kind of doodle around these because you're probably thinking, well, you're just using watercolors. But there's going to be doodles on this. So just want to make sure I don't get it over on this side here. I guess I'm thinking about the woods because I can't now because my husband had his shoulder surgery and I have to be home with him. But whenever I can't hike, that's when I really want to hike. And I've been itching to get into the woods and hike. But you know, last year I'm in the Adirondacks. Um, and last year it wasn't good hiking season because unfortunately we have caterpillars that come once every 10 to 15 years, and they literally they defoliate thousands and thousands of trees in our forests. And I'm so afraid that this year it's going to happen again because both yesterday I was out gardening, and I noticed I had a few caterpillars on me. And then today my husband went out. We have a pool. It's not open yet. It's still early. And he went out to sit by the pool to read and do his thing. And I noticed that there was caterpillars, baby caterpillars kind of landing everywhere. And I'm like, oh, please, no. And sure enough, when I went out today, he had to come in. He went back out today, and there's caterpillars everywhere. So it's not a good sign. And I'm a little worried about what is going to happen. All right, so to our trees this year, because it's just not going to be good. All right, so I'm just going to sit here and doodle and try to connect. And this is where I keep this up here. I can decide with a pencil if I'd like to connect these. And I don't know if I want to connect them this way, just rough, almost like a tiki tree. And that one is, I blobbed it. It wasn't dried all the way, but that's okay. If I want to do it like a tiki tree, or if I want to do them individually. So if I did it individually, it would still be like that. Well, there's a lot of different trees, isn't there, in the forest? So maybe I can do, I'm going to do these in black because I do want them to stand out. We'll see how this works. There we go. And this is probably something, if I had stains or marks on my paper in class, I'd probably doodle around all of the stains and just play with my paper. So I think maybe I'll add some inside. The one good thing with doodling, I mean, you really don't have to think about it. You can just doodle and play. And then let's see. All right, let's try to get some of the, we can get some things on here with ferns. And I'm just wondering if maybe I want to, let's see what color the pistachio is versus, I have a little piece of, all right, so that's the pistachio. And then this is the olive. Okay, so we could put a background of pistachio on the back, kind of like I did here. And then we could use the darker olive grove on top. And I'm just going to do, I'm going to do it like that. Let that dry a little bit. And then we will use this and doodle some more for the and like I said, I have no idea how this is going to come out. I want to make sure that this is dry. It is. I have no idea how it's going to. But I guess that's what makes this kind of fun, right? All right. It definitely has a look of primitive, maybe. All right, so now we need to have the tops of our tree. So I'm going to just let that go for a minute. And I'm going to use, again, I'm going to use my watercolors for my greens. And then we're going to doodle around the tops. And I think I'm going to, let's go with this lighter green. When I see the round top here, I think of a topiary. So there's the top of one. We're going to have a smaller one. We're going to have a smaller one here. I think I'm going to put the smaller one here on the shorter one. And this is going to be a little bit, I'm going to put a little different green. Right here. This definitely is going to be different. This isn't my usual work, that's for sure. But that's okay. And I want to just stick with these two greens. I don't want to bring another color into it. Let that dry for just a minute. Before I don't want to put it over that. And then, let's see here. back to this darker. Okay. All right, so we're going to set that aside. I'm going to let that dry. And then let's see here. I'm going to add inside these, I'm going to add these little flower pieces here, just to give it a little something something. And I think these will be, now I think this peel, yeah, this comes off here. And I'm going to use the VersaFine. There we go. That one I have to let dry a little bit more. The small ones are good to go. I can just blot this one as well, just to clean that up a little bit. Make sure that's dry. These cute little ones here, these are from Your Creative Studio. And I haven't used these yet, and I really like them. There. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. I'll put the Versamark up. And then, it's too bad that one smudged a little bit. I'm going to take my pen here. I'm just going to go around it like that. There we go. There. All right, and then down here, I think I'll have I'm going to have my my walk in the woods up to the top right. But I do want to ink around the sides, and I'm going to do that again. No, I'm going to use my brown because I want it to be woodsy. So I'm just going to ink around this. And when you're using watercolors, make sure that you use the VersaFine, you know, for any of your work, because it holds up really well with your watercolor stuff. All right, so I'm going to take, the next thing I want to do, I just want to enhance this a little bit down here with some of the greens that I used up top. And I'm just going to kind of dab. Just to bring some of that color down. And that just kind of ties. It just kind of ties everything in there. It's different. And I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to leave the top just like that. But I think that's cute. I think it's abstract. I think it's just something different. You go for a walk in the woods, you're walking amongst the ferns and the trees. A walk in the woods. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it. I think that's enough. I think it's just I think it's cool. I think the doodling around the stenciling has a nice effect, and I think the floral stamps on for the trees, they could be blooming trees, they could be flowering trees. So yeah, I think that came out really cute. So let's get that in the book. Whoops. Let's get that in the book here. I'm going to pick out my photo corners, and then this challenge will be done. I know Amanda's looking for a new challenge. She had us vote on it, and I don't know what she's picked yet, but I'm going to continue with, I'm going to pick my own prompts, because I have a feeling the next one that Amanda might be doing are tags, and I really like these altered index cards, and I think I'm going to continue with that, because I'd like to fill this book with these cards. I just think it's really, really cool. And let's find the right spot. I like that one right there because of the trees and the geese on the other side. And it looks like it's part of the forest. So we're going to put that right there. I wasn't too sure about, like I said, this isn't normally what I do, but I'm beginning to like doing this type of work the more I do it. And I think it's just really, really fun. So that is this week's doodle index card, and I hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to do something that you normally don't do. Step out of your comfort zone. I certainly had to do that here, and but I'm really pleased with the results, and it just encourages me and it gives me confidence to move forward. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about this type of art, kind of abstract, primitive. I was going to say, give me a call. Leave a comment in the comment box. If you like this video, I'd love to have you give me a thumbs up. That does help my little channel. And if you are new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And for all of my returning subbies, thank you. Thank you very much for your support of my art and my page, so my channel. So that's it. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.